Hi guys. This is the first time I've made a video on my webcam. Normally I use my normal camera, and I'm doing it here because I wanted to get this out as quick as possible, without having to download it, without having to convert it and all that jazz, because this is kind of something that I want to share with you guys as soon as possible, because this is kind of it's inspiring to me. I want to share it with you. It's something that just happened about 30 minutes ago. It's 11:30 right now, and yeah, so here goes. We have a family-owned business, the restaurant, and we have our everything, all of our Wi-Fi in the restaurant. So I was on my computer after I closed up, and suddenly this guy came and knocked on the door, and my first thought was it's probably a local or just some guy after beer, because a lot of times they'll come after hours and try to buy some beer. It happens a lot. And so I opened the door, and the guy immediately went into he needed another blanket. He needed a blanket because he was going to be sleeping outside. And I know I've told you guys I live in Idaho, and Idaho is very famous for being extremely cold. And the forecast for tonight was 15 degrees, and with the wind chill would have been -2. Which is really unnerving when somebody tells you they're sleeping outside. But he pointed at his bike, a pedal bike, that he leaned up against the wall, and it had this little blanket curled up and tied just over the back tire. And he said that that just wasn't quite enough. He pulled through last night, but he knows it. But it was close. He pulled through very, very slimly last night in Montana, where for some reason it was warmer, which is not normal. And so I went to ask my mom if we had any blankets, because when somebody tells you that they're going to be sleeping outside, that's it's like, you gotta help this person. And he had to have been at least in his 50s. I don't know how old he is, but so we got him inside, and we were trying to figure out a way to at least get him somewhere warmer. And he told us a little bit about basically how he ended up at our door. He started in Indianapolis, Indiana, and is headed towards Salt Lake City, Utah. Normally a straight across trip, wouldn't have even cut through Idaho. But he had to avoid a couple of blizzards and ended up going up through South Dakota and through Montana, and is heading straight south down from where, apparently it seems like from where he ended up in Montana. On the maps we line up pretty well with Salt Lake City, so that's kind of tells you how he ended up in Roberts. But he's doing it because he found a job in Salt Lake. Straight across, that's a 1,500-mile trip. Going up and around like he did, that adds another 1,000 miles. I did the math. Would you do that? That's the crazy thing, is would you be willing to leave what you know 1,500 miles away because things are that bad? It's scary. He didn't have the money for a hotel. He said he has $8, which is not really enough for anything. And to just pick up, just go So I guess for me, it's a story. It feels like it's a story of human endurance and human ambition, and really the moral of the story is, no matter how bad you have it, somebody has it worse. Even if you're in the worst situation that you could possibly think of, somebody probably still has it worse. And so that was, it's eye-opening. So I hope you learned something from this. And I hope you understand what I mean by just how strange this whole thing is, really. And I kind of hope you share it with your friends. Just tell people how bad things can get. Pass on the story of this guy riding his bike 2,500 miles for a job with the last of what he has. This is what it seemed like. I don't know. I may end up finding that out after my mom gets back. But it's mind-numbing just what a person can endure. 2,500 miles in the dead of winter with just your bike, a coat, the clothes on your back, and a little blanket. So keep that in mind. I'll see you the next time I make a video. I'll if something like this happens again, I'll be sure to tell you about it. So I hope you enjoyed my rant on a crappy webcam. Webcam. God, I can't believe I forgot the name. But yeah, I already forgot his name. He told me his name and everything, but I forgot his name. But I hope you find the inspiration in this that I found in it, because that's pretty deep. So I'll see you when I see you. Bye, guys.